right now, we are going to talk about Fencer. We're talking about Fencer in regards to the fusion that is going on right now. We have the Kantra Legendary Fusion, and part of that Kantra Legendary Fusion is to fuse. We have Kantra up top, fuse Basher right there, and then part of Basher's fusion are the four rare champions down there below me. Right here on the right hand side, top right hand corner is Fencer. Is Fencer worth fusing for this champion, for Basher? Is Fencer worth putting together and fusing, investing into for the components of this fusion? I don't know. I personally, I'm going for the fusion, so I think she's worth it to fuse. I think she's not so valuable for my content, for my account, that I absolutely have to keep her. That I would rather use her for a book, because I do have a Fencer saved up and built up that I've used. I've done a guide on her. You can go click the link up in the corner. I've done a full entire guide, in-depth guide on her, and shown her in Fire Knight for you. She's got a little bit of a broken kit. Unfortunately, it degrades her kit just a little bit. But if Plarium ever fixes that, she can be a very valuable champion in that Fire Knight. So let's discuss her kit real quick for you. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 15% chance of placing a 15% decrease speed debuff. It's a lower version of that buff, but she is a rare. And it is a 2-hit A1. However, booked it out is only a 30% chance of placing it. So I think it's a little bit of an inconsistent chance to place it. If it was a 50% chance on a 2-hit A1, that would be much better in my opinion. I think it's a little lacking in that compartment, in that component there, department. Her A2 attacks one enemy, has a 75% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Steals 20% of the target's turn meter if the stun debuff is not placed. So, I talked about Fire Knight. I think she's best used in the Fire Knight dungeon. So you take her into Fire Knight against the boss itself. Her A1 places the speed debuff to slow the boss down. This A2 has a 75% chance of placing a stun. Look at that. You book it out, it's a 100% chance to place this stun. But we know we can't stun the boss, right? So, since you can't stun the boss, instead, she will steal 20% of the target's turn meter if the stun is not placed. So against the boss, she's going to steal 20%. That's steal 20% of the turn meter. So you decrease the turn meter by 20% on the boss, and then you increase hers by 20%. So instead, she has actually a 40% turn meter spread compared to the boss. That's nice and valuable for her against the boss specifically. The rest of your team, not so much. But her against the boss, specifically, she gets a 40% turn meter spread, which is very valuable. That's almost half an entire turn meter. Her A3 attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a 30% decrease defense debuff. She brings a decreased speed, she brings a turn meter steal, and she brings a decreased defense. I got it. Smaller version of those debuffs. However, she is only a rare, easier to come by, and valuable and useful in that Fire Knight. Where I said she's got a bit of a broken kit, right now her A2 will not, the AI just won't do it on its own against the boss. Because I'm pretty sure, I think it might be because they know they can't stun the boss, so she just doesn't do it. Unfortunately. Because otherwise, if you could do it, if it would do it, she'd steal that turn meter, she'd keep the boss's turn meter down, and it would be overall nice. Her aura attacks, increases ally attack in dungeons by 23%. Not entirely too bad. Not the best in the world, because I don't like to use attack-based champions. Usually. Most of the time. You might. This might be beneficial for you. I don't know. I think she is definitely worth keeping a copy of in your champion pool. In case the Plarium fixes that AI on her A2, she can definitely be a valuable asset to bring you through the lower levels or mid-level of the Fire Knight. If you are endgame, if you are trying to get Fire Knights 18, 19, 20, that's actually where I'm at right now. I'm in Fire Knights 19 right now. I'm stuck there. She might be beneficial. If I take the time to actually build her up, manual her, then I can definitely, most likely, use her to get through Fire Knights 19. That's the kind of potential I think she has for my team. I think she can bring the same potential for your team. So I think for her, straight up fusion material is a no-go. I think you should keep a copy of her in your champion pool because you can use her to progress through the Fire Knights. After that, any additional copies you get, put them in, keep one aside. Keep it aside for the fusion. Use it for this fusion or the next fusion or another fusion. Don't sacrifice every single one for books. Keep one for fusion. Keep one to invest. Anything after that, use it for books. My opinion, what do you think? Let me know down below. But what's the next champion? We're talking about the fusion for Kantra today, right? So Kantra is fused out of 4 epics, one of them being Basher, right here next to me. 4 rares. We talked about Fencer. Before that, we talked about Bow Knight. So next, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about this guy right here. That's going to be I think it's a Steadfast Marshal, if I remember right. Let's come over here. Where is he? Marshal, where you at? He's got a cool looking icon. There he is. He is a Void rare. We're going to talk about him in just a minute. Find out if he can definitely help your account or if he should be fused right away. We just talked about Fencer, right? Keep a copy of her. She can help your account. Fire Knights. Anything after that, use it for fusions. Steadfast Marshal. What can he do?